Hello, anybody who's watching this, welcome to my reaction to Venom, Let There Be Carnage review, YMS, or Your Movie Sucks. Um, and down on the channel newmoviesucks.org. Just in case, I don't know. Probably don't have to do that. Anyway, this video came out about a month ago, and I chose this specifically because I did see the movie, so it would make sense for me to watch the review, like to get to know the channel better, as the first video would be better to watch if that's not how people say words. Uh, to know how the channel works, how he does his reviews, I chose a review for a movie that I've already seen, so I can comprehend review a bit better than it would have been to the movie if I haven't seen the movie. I can't fucking speak. Anyway, you got the point. And yeah, I thought the movie was okay. It's not, well, it might be bad. Definitely not good. It's like 5 out of 10. I don't know. I think the first movie was better. And that's about it. So, before we begin, if you want to help out the channel, there's the donation in the description below. If you want to get videos early to the Patreon page. And if you don't want to do any of that, like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want. And let's begin.
So I just saw Venom, and it was bad. I mean, this is the second one. It was also bad. I believe the full title is Venom, There Will Be a Carnage. Or at least that's what the French title is. I don't know why. Was this better or worse than the first film? I don't know. Probably around the same, maybe a little worse. I have no idea. I can't really remember much about the first film at all. And I also can't remember much about this newest one. It's very boring. Not much
It is kind
happens
of
in
boring,
the film
yeah.
at all. Tom Hardy and Venom are like mad at each other now because the movie wants them to be. And then
Yeah.
Venom goes to a club, and there
Sounds
was
kind
a
of fun.
fight scene at the end of the movie. What else happened? Oh yeah, there was a Carnage. That's about it. Venom went, I don't want to eat the chicken. I want to eat a person. Ha ha. Venom's funny. He doesn't want to eat a chicken. He wants to eat a person. Nothing happened in this movie. And it was made all the more worse by just how bland the presentation was. Everything's framed way too close, and you can never get a really good feel for the environment. There was absolutely nothing interesting about the way that it was shot. Andy Serkis just kind of farted it out, I guess. The most interesting thing happening
was it made by Andy
visually was
Serkis? I didn't
actually
know.
just the theater that I watched it in. As I was buying tickets, I noticed that it was for something called Screen X. Screen X expands your movie experience with a 270-degree panoramic screen that immerses you in the action and surrounds you with boundless adventure. And I thought, fuck it, why not? It's just Venom. I figured that it surely could not be worse than D-Box. And after trying it out, I've gotta say it's really fucking pushing it. Basically, there was a regular screen up front, and then for, I guess, the IMAX scenes, it just seemed to happen during every time that there was action. Then the movie also was playing on the two walls. Like, there were two extra projectors that were showing the sides of the movie just all throughout the entire left and right wall of the theater. And it was very distracting and stupid. Not to mention the entire left wall was...
Like, if you're watching it from the back, like where the camera is, maybe it looks alright. Still shit. It still would be shit because this is probably not the same thing. But if you like watching it in the front, and something happens on like the side, because it sometimes does, things not necessarily happen in the middle of the screen, you'll have to turn fully and probably look at other people that's sitting beside you, and you have to like turn around. Such a shit idea. Who the fuck thought it was a good idea? Alright.
Was running at like 10 frames per second while everything else seemed normal. And I'm not exaggerating when I say 10 frames per second. Something seemed seriously wrong. It was like on a delay, basically. So the sides of the movie are just being projected onto a wall where there's like an exit sign and stairs. It was so stupid. For the love of God, if you're buying a movie ticket and it says Screen X, go to a different showing. This movie was rated PG-13, but on honestly, based on what I saw, it felt PG.
I guess
Like,
that's what I would have done. If I saw like, oh, it's for like 270-degree screens, wherever, like, I would try it once. And if it's that shit, then never again. Yeah.
yeah, okay, you're gonna make the violence off screen, but even in the way that they cheated it, it didn't feel like it had any impact. Like, it didn't feel like it was actually happening in any way. It was kind of just like, oh, I think that's what they were trying to imply. I think that there's probably supposed to be violence off screen right now, I think. There's ways to not show it, but also have it still feel like it's happening, but this movie didn't do that. It felt like a PG movie for babies, except at the end they said a fuck, and after it happened...
Well, they use a fucking serial killer. Like with the original Carnage. Like the dude in Carnage, I forget his name. Doesn't matter. He's a serial killer. And then he becomes Carnage and kills even more people. And they're like, yeah, okay, a lot of killing, probably a lot of blood. Yeah, PG. Fuck you.
And it took me a minute to be like, oh, that was supposed to be like a big moment. Like, oh yeah, he said fuck finally or something. Guys, we did it. Venom said fuck. This is one of those movies that absolutely zero people would watch if this didn't have the Marvel badge or the Venom name. Like, honestly, tell me, if Venom was a completely new character that did not exist in Spider-Man and this was its own unique original property, what would this movie be? What would it be, honestly? Like, the character is just so great and it's so well filmed and it's such a...
It already kind of is. Like, just people know the word Venom, right? And they associate it with Spider-Man, but the movies, both movies now, don't have any connection to it outside of Venom 2 post, or like after credits scene. It doesn't connect to anything.
Such a great concept.
That's what I hate about the idea of creating a movie like that.
Shit. Nobody would give a single
serious
fuck.
Movies.
It's so boring and generic. We got an awful side character whose superpower she screamed and she went re. And when she starts the fight scene at the end, she does that, and it doesn't affect Carnage for some reason, even though he's right next to her. I guess it's directional. Yeah, Woody Harrelson.
Like. Also, I think she's supposed to be a mutant, which don't really exist in Marvel Universe. So they broke that idea. And I think there was like some kind of backlash from that after the movie came out. I don't remember exactly, but I think there was.
Wilson becomes Carnage because he bit Tom Hardy, and he's like, that's not blood, it's a Carnage, and now I'm Carnage. And so he breaks out of the prison and destroys everything, and then breaks into another prison to free the Reeing girl. And Donnie Wahlberg, who's like a cop or whatever. It's not Donnie Wahlberg, and I don't know why my friends told me it was Donnie Wahlberg. This is Stephen Graham. Someone who I'm not super familiar with, but it's not Donnie. Why would they tell me it's Donnie Wahlberg? I don't have time to change it now. And Donnie Wahlberg, who's like a cop or whatever, he goes up to Tom Hardy. He's like, how is he doing this? How does he make them see things? Like, he doesn't believe that that's happening? He was just at the facility that was containing the Reeing girl.
He was just very stupid.
Destroyed. You saw the damage, okay? It's treating it as if the only evidence of Carnage is just some people being like, I saw a monster, but no, you saw that the facility was destroyed. You were just there in the previous scene. I guess the script just forgot or something. There are a bunch of people that say that this movie is more self-aware than the first one. I guess because there's like jokes like, haha, Venom doesn't want to eat a chicken, he wants to eat a person. But didn't they do the same shit in the first film?
Yes, they did.
Like, yeah, it took longer for Venom to show up in the story, I guess, but that's about it. They were still doing the same shit like, let me eat him, this man is a jerk. It's the same quality of writing and self-awareness as the first film. I don't really see the difference. Carnage is apparently good at hacking. He can hack computers, and he can hack the cars. I'm just struggling to think of, like, actual defined set pieces in this film. I can at least remember that there was, like, a motorcycle chase
That's
scene,
fair.
I think, in the first film. I'm pretty sure. But I feel like I'm going to forget about this film entirely within, like, a week. Anyway, I'm just rambling now. This movie was a waste of time. It was bad. It was cringe. None of it was funny. None of the action was good. It was terribly shot. It wasn't interesting anyway whatsoever. And the screen was distracting, even though that wasn't the fault of the movie, but whatever, that was the most memorable part of the experience. 2 out of 10. Bye-bye. Hey everyone,
Okay.
thanks for watching this video. There's a channel that I'm trying to get. See, I made a new channel and I need 4,000 pubic watch hours to start monetizing content. I don't know why it doesn't just let me branch out from my other fucking existing channel with like 1 million subscribers. Like, clearly I'm gonna get that many watch hours, but it's like, I just want to start posting the regular content.
You made 4,500 subs and not 4,000 hours? Huh. I guess it's a different experience when you already established creator and create a second channel and just tell people to go subscribe to it, instead of creating a new channel like
on it.
me, for example.
We need 4,000 watch hours. So if you want to go and search YMS clips, I tried. It's not showing up in the search results yet. If you type YMS clips, it just shows the highlights channel, which is still existing. This is a different thing.
Okay, clips and highlights are different. Got it.
If you do filters, and then you do channel. Also, I'm just going to link this in the description, but in case you can't see it in the description or comments,
there are two of them
in the end card or whatever, in case you're not able to do those. YMS clips. Click on
I guess
this
because
one,
there's
the one
one
with
video
almost
that's where
5,000
the chat
subscribers,
the
not the one
hours
with
are done.
867 subscribers. The one with 3 videos that's ancient, that is not affiliated with me. It's just somebody who decided to start uploading some things. The channel, this YMS clips channel, there's 1 video on it, and you should watch it. And then I will get those watch hours, and then I will be able to monetize content on the channel. What's coming on the channel? I'm coming on the channel is short form content. So the highlights channel, as the thing that already exists, is something that you know.
I don't want to skip this.
The highlights there are like 15 minutes, half an hour, sometimes even an hour, but they're like big edited segments of like the highlights.
It's like the
from
same
my
as
Twitch
ads.
stream and all that blah 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 blah. Reactions,
I'm using
blah,
his
blah, blah.
content, so why
The
don't I
Clips channel, what I'm
use it
doing
all,
now,
including the
that also
sponsorships?
somebody else will be managing. Don't worry, it's not going to take away a bunch of time from the other shit I'm getting done. And also, yes, I'm
And
working
this.
on the Lion King review.
Kind of
This
the
Clips channel is just shit that's going to be like about a minute in length. So a lot of stuff that's just like, oh, you know, there's people clip funny things on my Twitch channel, and they don't always make it into the highlights channel because they're usually not always a part of like a bigger thing. If there's like a really funny thing that happens that's not like a part of a Darman reaction video or something, they just kind of get lost. So I'm making another channel for that type of stuff. There's already like 8 videos that we could publish as soon as we get monetized, but we can't get monetized until we get 4,000 watch hours of this on YouTube. Anyway, thank you for watching. I gotta go. I'm busy. Bye-bye.
For somebody who's busy, you were talking a lot about that channel. Candyman, what the fuck is a Candyman? Anyway. Yeah, he was talking like, oh, it's gonna be a minute, like, it's almost 3 hours. A little closer to 2.5. Anyway, it's a lot for a clip. Jesus. Anyway, I guess it was alright. It's like a very quick review of like a movie that comes out. I don't know, there's not much you can take away from it. I agree that it's pointless and boring at a lot of times. I feel like the Scream, or whatever her name is, should have had much more effect. She did have some effect in the movie, but then, and sometimes she didn't have any effect. And that was weird. But, all right. Anyway, I wouldn't say 2 out of 10. What did I think I said 5 out of 10 in the beginning. I'll lower it to 4 out of 10, and I'll leave the first Venom at 6 out of 10. Even though nobody asked. So, anyway, thank you anybody who watched this. I appreciate it a lot, and I hope to see you next time. Goodbye. Have a great life. because one of us has to.